My name is Jim Casey. I'm a senior geological engineer and operations manager in the Mining Environmental Group here in Vancouver, BC. My role here is sort of twofold. In my management responsibilities, I work with the other operations managers in the group to do a couple things. Monitor the group's workload. I monitor our financial performance. I work on project planning, making sure the right teams are allocated to the right projects. I also make business development and hiring decisions. Additionally, I work with our team manager group here to support them in the career development of their teams and their staff, as well as look for training opportunities that we can provide our staff. When I have my engineering hat on, I do technical work in mine waste management projects. Specifically, I've been focused a lot in my career on tailings storage facility design. These days, a lot of my work is done down in Arizona, so my projects are primarily focused in the Southwest US. So a typical day, usually I'll try to find a cup of coffee somewhere. Then I'll review my to-do list for the day. My calendar is typically, I usually have a few meetings, whether those are management meetings, client meetings, project meetings. Usually a bunch of those are in my calendar. And usually one of those is a meeting with our Phoenix-based team. I do a lot of my project work now in Arizona, on Arizona-based projects. So I meet with that team because I'm working so closely with them on my project work. Amongst the meetings, I'll try to find an opportunity for some focus time where I can get into a report, do some writing. That's typically what I'm doing these days when it comes to technical work. It's really rewarding when you produce a deliverable, an instrument of service, whether it be something like a big design report or just a well-written email that you can be really proud of going out the door. So I find that very rewarding. It's also great to see staff that I work closely with develop in their careers, become more comfortable, grow in their responsibilities. It's a very rewarding thing to see. Work-life balance is just an interesting thing. When I think of it, it's a very personal thing, and it looks different for every person. If I have to sort of distill it, I think I've found the right balance when I'm achieving what I want to achieve at work, but I'm also achieving what I want to achieve outside of work. I kind of think of it a bit like a rubber band sometimes. I know when I'm feeling too stretched, and what I need to do is put in some guardrails, do some reprioritization to bring that elastic band back to a happier place. I think understanding when the band is stretching too much takes some experience and time to know when that's going to happen, and also what you can do to make it better. Outside of work, I bought a gravel bike a couple years ago, and I haven't put nearly as many kilometers on it as I would have hoped. So I'm going to do a lot more of that this year. I really enjoy getting out there and biking around, so I like that. I also really like playing guitar. Not very good, but I own a few guitars and I like to get better at them. So I like to play like blues and bluegrass music. It's a lifelong ambition to play a bit of jazz guitar. So I've been working on my chords recently, trying to make a bit of progress on that front. When I was in high school, I did like math and science. I was pretty good at it, so engineering seemed to make sense for me. I entered UBC, University of British Columbia. I originally actually thought I wanted to be a computer engineer, but I took my first ever programming class and did terribly, completely bombed it, realized I didn't have the aptitude for that, so I started looking for other options. Geological engineering rose sort of to the top of the heap. I liked the idea that it was the engineering that would allow me to travel around a little bit more. It was the one that would get me outside. So hiking around in the mountains was something I really like to do, and geological engineering sounded like I'd get that kind of opportunity. I also like the idea of engineering with natural materials. So rock, soil. I got the sense that every project would be unique and different because we're dealing with natural materials. And as my career progressed, it's really been true in that way. I joined KCB as a co-op student during my third year of university. So I was in the geological engineering program by then. I did a 4-month term with the company. Most of my time I was working on the Seymour Falls seismic upgrade project in North Vancouver, which is an amazing opportunity, really cool project, awesome views hanging out lakeside in North Van for the summer. That term, I also got to work in our geotechnical testing laboratory, which was some great experience, and got to know the team down there. I liked it enough that I decided to come back for 2 more terms in 3rd and 4th year. In those terms, I spent time on some site characterization and drilling programs up in Fort McMurray in the oil sands. We were designing a new tailings facility there, so it was understanding the foundation conditions at those sites. So I got exposure to drilling and those sorts of programs. I also got a chance to work quite closely with Harvey McLeod here in Vancouver, one of our senior engineers, on an assessment for a tailings facility he was doing in Spain, which is really cool. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go to Spain for that project, but it was great to work closely with Harvey on that. I actually took that project and used it for my capstone research project for my undergraduate degree. After I did my undergraduate degree at UBC, I did a year of traveling, did some backpacking around Europe and Asia, which was awesome. Then I got offered an opportunity to come back in KCB and work full time. My first year back at KCB, I worked on the Oyu Tolgoi project as part of the design team. That was a project that we had in Mongolia, designing a new starter tailings facility for a new mine that was being developed there. So I got to work with a great team here in the office. Then I got to spend a year and a half in Mongolia, actually on the construction of the starter facility. So out there I was doing quality control, coordination during construction, doing on-site engineering. Working with a primarily Mongolian team was really interesting. So getting to explore that culture a bit was an awesome opportunity. Also during that time, I was able to sort of mix travel with work. So spend, when I wasn't working, when I was on my off rotations, I could travel a little bit around Asia, which was neat, as well as within Mongolia. And what a cool country that is. Many of the peers and mentors that I worked with on that first project in Mongolia are still here at KCB today, and I count them as some of my good friends and mentors. So it's awesome to see that we stay together. I think that experience on the Oyu Tolgoi project really cemented it for me that I wanted to be with KCB for the long run. Since then I've worked on projects in over 3 different continents. In 2018, I raised my hand for the opportunity of going down to Phoenix and opening up our small office there. That gave me a bit of exposure to operations management and what it means to grow an office a little bit. So that was sort of the first step. When I came back to the Vancouver office in 2020, I took a team manager role. And then in 2022, when an opportunity came on the operations management side, I raised my hand and took the opportunity. It's been really nice to have that mixture of the operations management side of things as well as the technical. KCB has supported me throughout my career by giving me the opportunity to work with some fantastic mentors. I have some great mentors here that I got to know early in my time and others that have come into my career path along the way. Additionally, I've never felt stagnant here. I've always felt there's the next opportunity to grab, the next cool thing to do. So I've always felt sort of pushed and moved in the way I want to be pushed and moved along my career path. Junior engineer that's considering a career with KCB, I've always said it's good to be open to different opportunities, to be saying yes to things when they're in your comfort zone, or even when it needs to push your comfort zone a little bit. I think it's good. So wanting to seize opportunities, being engaged, being passionate on the work that we're doing here is really important. I think there's lots of opportunities to grow your career here. Tremendous opportunities through mentorship, project work, and that sort of thing. And I've been with the company for 15 years now, and there's lots more to come.